Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Washington football team and the Pittsburgh Steelers. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steeler offense set to go to work, and once again at the helm, their longtime starter, that's Ben Roethlisberger.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
At the 45-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger got an open man. It's Washington. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 50.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's a handoff to Barber. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25.
Heading back out there, look at Peyton Barber. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
At the 30.
Now Haskins. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete.
Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has made this a 1-score game.
For the extra point.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Matt Ioannidis gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete. Steven Sims, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on second and 10, it's Haskins. This is brought in by Gibson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
10. Washington 7.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the...
Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Alex Highsmith in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal. You have to believe it.
And the pressure gets to him again. Stephon Tuitt providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
That ties the game at 10.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Intended for James.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
He was taken down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Second and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
They come up now, third and 5, following the incomplete pass. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington.
Washington 13.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own.
Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A 6-yard pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1.
Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
And it's brought in by Washington. And they work this well up. Across the 45.
Good for a Pittsburgh Steelers.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At the 20-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Holding offense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw again is Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a Short return to the 6-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 94 yards. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. So now Eric Ebron and the rest of the offensive unit trotting on the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
4-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Roethlisberger. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Barber on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. They maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Carrier.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2. Haskins got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On the handoff, this is Barber. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down and 4, Haskins. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Stephon Tuitt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Roethlisberger is sacked.
But that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
They begin the drive with McFarland. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He Ebron caught left side. 7 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And his kick is right through. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run.
For Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
And a yard.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Barber running right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, Washington. Haskins finding McLaurin. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Here's Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he locates Walker, complete. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Haskins pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is McFarland. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, McFarland. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Made the tackle. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run here with McFarland, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Big Ben, not the most agile quarterback in NFL history, but he can use those legs when he needs to.
He really can, and I think it starts with him taking contact and shedding people trying to get.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Got a man. It's Gibson, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
Antonio Gibson. Out of bounds.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Out of bounds behind the line.
That's a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Steven Sims.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. Not much there, only a yard.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 39-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Haskins back to the air. The throw taken in by Sims.
Haskins pass. Complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
4th down. Here's Haskins. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
24-yard gain.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his crew will take off at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Screen pass to Connor. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Complete to James Conner.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively,